Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first player interview for the Runners Rising project. I'm Eddie Benningfield. I'm the executive director for the Runners Rising project. So if you all are seeing this in posterity, so today is the 3rd of March, 2022, and we are blessed to have Decorian JT Clark sitting with us and answer some questions for us. So JT, welcome. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you?
I am happy to be alive. There's kind of everything in the news and stuff. Just really, just kind of lucky and blessed to kind of be here and be doing this. So super excited.
Absolutely.
So I know when we were getting on here, you said you were taking a test. So your women's study class. So how is that going?
Schoolwork is going well. This semester is going well. I actually improved my grades, especially last year. So I see a lot of improvement ahead.
Awesome. So what got you into doing women's studies? So super unique degree choice. So just kind of curious, like, what was that path that led you to selecting that?
So basically, I'm the first in my generation to go to college, trying to be the first to finish through college.
Congratulations.
And trying to be the first to finish college with the football scholarship as well. So I was just like, I talked with my advisor my freshman year and everything like that. So it was either criminal justice or women's studies. She provided me the information for women's studies because it was an interesting subject that I thought was interesting. So she gave me the facts about it and everything like that, and gave me the facts about the criminal justice major and how it was like I had to go to a different campus in order to comply with like that major.
Yeah.
So it was on the main campus, and I was trying to stay on the main campus. So I ended up doing the women's studies major, and we went on from there.
Gotcha. Yeah. So like you, I ended up I started off as a criminal justice major, and then I ended up switching to history, and it was kind of the same thing. Like that drive and the commute, like going from main campus down to the downtown campus, was kind of like, Granted, I love the downtown campus; it's pretty, but it was just kind of too much. It was a little too much. So taking the classes and stuff, like what's probably like the single greatest thing you've learned out of these classes?
I've actually learned a lot about like LGBTQ studies. The more I learn about it, the more like I can tell like what queers and I would say lesbians and like what they go through basically like in life and their rights and everything like that. I basically learned women, like of course the women organs and everything like that, and men organs, and see how they work and everything like that, and find out the history of women's suffrage and how they became to be, their rights and everything like that, which is very
for sure. Yeah, it's wild, kind of trying to find like from an equity space, especially like these different things. Like we're all very aware of what's kind of going on with the state of Texas and Governor Abbott kind of passing that kind of executive order looking at trans kids and stuff. And man, it's like you can only imagine what some of those families are going through right now. You know,
it's pretty sure they're going through a lot right now.
Yeah, but I guess kind of moving through that. So outside of school, so I know you said you're a little bit you said you're an introvert. So I respect that. I am too. I totally get that. My kind of the introverts unite kind of tomorrow or when no one else is around kind of thing. But so when you're on your own, like what are you doing on your own? Like what are your hobbies?
Most of the time, I'm eating. I eat like a lot, but other than that,
I respect it.
I listen to music, all types of music. Other than that, I'll probably play video games with my little brother and play with my dog sometimes too.
Okay. All right. So what kind of dog do you have? So I know my my wife wanted me to ask a question, so I'm asking her because if she doesn't hear me say that, I'm gonna pay for it. But what kind of dog you got? Give us the details on the pup.
Well, the puppy that I have now, she's a German Shepherd, and I have a pit bull. The pit bull, he's already, I want to say, 2 months and 3 weeks, and
Oh
he's a
wow.
boy, Ace, and the girl is 1 month and 2 weeks, and her name is Angel. So I just figured, like,
Okay.
naming them wise, keep it with like keep them in A's. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a German Shepherd. He's 8.5 months old. Actually, no, he's 9 months now. Monster. So the German Shepherd piece. Good luck with you. I know the pain, and they're sweet. They're sweethearts. But we came really close to rescuing a pit bull. But dogs didn't get along. But he was big, just lovable like blob. And so I'm excited for you with the puppies there, man. That's gonna be fun.
Much appreciated.
Yep, yep.
Training,
All right. So, what's up?
oh, I'm saying the potty training. I don't know. I'm gonna need that luck there.
Oh man, good luck. The German Shepherds they're pretty smart and they'll figure it out. I've never messed with pit bull puppies. I've only seen them as adults, so I've never had to like potty train them and stuff. But yeah, man. I mean, if this it's just the consistency, I'm sure like you'll get it. It'll come through. But so talking about music. So what kind of music are you listening to right now? Like what are you listening to during your workouts and stuff?
Actually, during my workouts, I'll end up listening to like Young Dolph or my coach, my weightlifting coach, put me on like some rock music. So I'll listen to like I say Slipknot. It's probably my favorite
Okay.
rock band now. um, Other than that, I listen to R&B when I'm cleaning. When I'm working out, it's normally like hard hip hop or like music with just beats. I'm a beat person. I love
Gotcha.
like bass in songs. Like I'm a beat person to every song. So
Okay. Do you have any artists like right now that you're kind of listening to on repeat from like from the beat side of stuff or anything you can recommend?
I would recommend Young Dolph. I would recommend let me see. I'm sorry. I would
No
recommend
worries.
say it again. I would recommend Migos.
I said no worries, man.
Uh
Okay.
Migos. I sometimes listen to Eminem, like just during pregame warm ups and everything like that.
Yeah.
Other than them, NLE Chocolate, T Grizzly, and Gunna. Oh, and Lil Baby.
Sweet, man. Nice, nice. Cool. So I don't know half those guys, but I'm totally gonna go look those up. So I do a lot of music stuff. So I do more on like the EDM side of the house. So I listen to a lot of house, but like recently, like one of my mentors are getting me. A Tribe Called Quest is someone I've been really listening to that group. I've been listening to them a lot recently, and then my wife got me hooked on a Ukrainian group called Go A, which they were on like Eurovision last year. But yeah, man, I love like anything that kind of had that crosstalk and figure out like who people are listening to, and you can tell a lot about like people's personality, and that's awesome. Like you, man, like kind of doing the like just busy work, just kind of sitting and just listening to stuff to kind of drone around and stuff like that. I respect that, and from like the instrumental side of the house and stuff.
Much appreciated.
Yep, yep. All right. So, kind of go ahead and transition here and talk about what's going on with football and stuff. So, obviously, wide receiver, you did some pretty phenomenal stuff over this last year. But moving into spring ball, like how's everything going right now? What's the vibe right prepping for that?
Well, for now, for everybody, I can say for me and my teammates, we're ecstatic that MAC drills are over, and now we're in spring ball. But yeah, like I feel like we're gonna have like a great time, especially in spring ball. ready for the spring game, actually. And I'm ready to get like in the meetings and everything and encourage my teammates and get them better.
Yeah. Let me tell you, we're all super excited about that spring game. So I think a couple of us are going to be rolling down there at some point to go check it out.
Please let me know.
So what? Yeah, we absolutely will. It's a spring game. Just so we can have it on record. What day is that, and where is it?
It should be April 14th. Let me check the place.
Dub Ferris, right?
Yes, Dub Ferris Athletic Complex, April 14th. Yeah.
Awesome.
At 7 p.m.
Yeah, well, nice. Good little right before Easter game, man. I'm excited about it. Going to a 3-day weekend.
Absolutely.
All right. So so as a player, like what do you take the most pride in your game?
The most pride, in routes in general. I also feel like routes in general. My favorite route is the deep ball, like fade or go ball. But I feel like I still have a lot of stuff to work on, and that's my biggest. I wouldn't say defeat, but like my biggest rush. Like I feel like I need to learn more of how to run routes, how like different ways to run them.
Yeah. Nice. So, like, I guess out of them, like, what would be the thing, like, if you could pin it down, like, what? So, obviously, you're deep on stuff, but like, what would you say is the one thing that, like, if you had one goal that you're trying to like knock out by the time that the spring ball's over?
That's a good question. Really, I would say my body control. My body control,
okay.
The ball, and when I have the ball, would be big to me.
Nice.
Making sure I'm balanced on I'm running routes.
Good deal. So, has being in that new race facility, has that definitely like helped y'all out?
Oh, absolutely. With all of the new equipment, I mean, we've been able to get provided new workouts and everything like that. With our weightlifting coach, Coach Philo, he's actually had a whole bunch of like new tech and everything. So he's measuring our bodies and like recording our bodies and what we can do and what we need to do, what level we need to get at, especially also by checking like with our Titan data and everything and our weight.
Yeah.
So he's trying to keep us consistent and also building at the same time.
That's awesome. And that's crazy. Like all the metrics and stuff that they're able to collect and kind of create kind of like and track y'all's progress. Like that blows my mind. Like I'm a writer. I did like 3 hours of math and that was it. So anything numbers wise, like just kind of blows my mind. But the fact that, they have an ability and like they have the staff for you guys to help you all out and help on your trajectory for where you're going. Like, man, that's gotta be huge.
Yeah, very much so. The advisors, like, and the coaches, they stay on us with our degree, and that's what, like, I feel like I need. It's like for people to stay on me. The only reason why I feel like that is because in high school I really didn't have that much help, like with tutors and everything. But like now that I got it,
yeah,
I take advantage of it, which is beneficial to me. So I feel like how they're doing it is actually great. They want us to get our degree first before anything.
That's good. That's really good. So do you have, I guess in the program, do you have anybody that you like with your heart set, like, yeah, this is my mentor, like someone who you can turn to and stuff like that?
I'm not necessarily sure it's just one person, but I would say it's multiple. Okay. And them are
that's
coaches.
Awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. How's Coach Price?
Coach Price is actually awesome. He like even though he wasn't like at the same position that he's in now, last year he was still like helping us out, like giving us little tips and everything, like things to edit about ourselves, about our route running, everything like that, which actually helped me in the future with running routes and catching the ball and everything like that. He also taught me things that I needed to work on, which is like getting 2 feet in bounds instead of 1 foot, which I feel like I improved on during the season. So there's a lot more that we need to fix, but he's still I feel like he's still helping us improve. Like he's doing great to me. I feel.
Yeah. No, I think I know a lot of people who are really excited to see him take over y'all's position coach. So we're super excited to see what do y'all still, are you guys calling yourself the Bomb Squad, or is it
Actually,
Zone 6?
It's now Zone 6. Zone 6.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So can you give us some background? Like, so what's up with the Zone 6 piece? Like, what does that represent?
It basically represents touchdowns. That's the number. Like that's what we're rooting for. Every time.
Yeah,
we get the
makes
ball,
sense.
it's 6 points every time.
I respect that. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
All right. So, so I guess out of so y'all are obviously pretty tight, right?
Pretty tight, yes.
Y'all as a position team.
As a group.
Yeah. So who would y'all, who's the comedian in y'all's group?
Me, Zakari, and there's a young one in our group. His name is Isaiah Davis too. We pretty much keep the whole squad laughing. I try to keep the team laughing, especially in team meetings. So I try to make it enjoyable as well, instead of like everybody just slouchy and just tired and everything like that, especially at morning times. So I try to keep a good.
Yeah, you got to come with that energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, question for you: have you seen Squid Game?
I have seen Squid Game.
Okay. All right. So, out of the entire team, who's the first person that you want on your side to get you through it?
To get through it? Oh, that's a good question. Yep. Just one person?
Or a couple. We'll give you a couple. You're that's like right before or whatever, how they all kind of split up for the tug of war or whatever. Who do you want with you on that?
Okay. For one, I say Frank Harris. 2, I would say John Davis. 3, that's a good one. Let me see. 3, I would say Kevin Davis. 4, I would say our lineman Maka. 5, let me see.
Yeah, Maka's got to be that the anchor.
Jamal Ligon. 6.
Okay.
Trevor Harmison. Let's see.
Nice.
7. I got a lot. Xavier Spencer. Xavier Spencer is a young one.
All right, cool. That sounds like that's a solid team that's going to keep you alive through that. All right. Yeah. So, who's the one person that you're going to want to try to take out because they have the most threat to keeping you from getting all that money at the end?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would probably Trevor Harmison. Me and him have the most competition. Like, we have the most competition.
Nice. Cool. So now in a life and death struggle, like, hey, it's out there now. So he's gonna come for you.
Hopefully you don't hear this.
All right. So hopefully we'll see what happens. We'll leak it somehow. But so cool. So out of y'all's group, I know the one thing that you all do is with the single digit numbers. Can you give us any insight on any of the front runners this coming up in the next season who's going to be getting going into the single digit core?
Well,
what are you thinking?
I'm not sure yet. I know there's a lot of people that want me to keep 88, and there's a lot of people that want me to go into single digit. And of course, Coach Traylor wants me to go into single digits, but I feel like, everybody has to get voted, of course. But to me, that's going to be a hard decision. That's going to be a real hard decision. So I couldn't really say right now what
Fair
I have.
enough. So on that, right? So obviously you're identified as a leader amongst your peers if you get one of those single digits. So if you do get that, what does leadership mean to you?
Leadership will actually mean a lot because that means that my teammates trust me, obviously enough to have me as one of their leaders. Second, it just means that I have a bigger role and I have to act a part. I have to be more influencers, more active in a lot of things, more encouraging to my teammates, and like brainstorm with a lot more ideas to help my teammates out on different things, offense and defensively. Just make sure that I help them out across the board.
Yeah, man. Well said. Well said. So I guess, do you have it? Who do you look up to? Do you have any, like, I know we talked about the mentorship thing, but I guess like who has taught you, like growing up and hell, even in the last couple of years, who has taught you the most about leadership and who do you like try to aspire to be like? Do you have anybody like that?
Well, Coach Trailer actually is one of them. Another one I would say is a teammate.
Okay.
Rashad and Frank. Both of them, like, just combined, like, both of them have very different aspects to where, like, I feel like I should comply in. Coach Trailer, as a husband, I feel like he's a great husband and a father to his children as well. And that's part of the reason why I feel like he's a great role model for me because I didn't have my dad in my life growing up. So not just seeing him, but even teammates like me and fathers, it just I like to see it basically, and I want to change that for my future children in the future. So just seeing them be great parents to their children inspires me as well. Not Rashad and Frank.
I love that. That's awesome. Yeah. You'd be parents of Rashad and Frank. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So what about like Rashad and Frank? Like if you had to pick like one trait out of both of them that you would want to aspire to be, right? Because I have mentors. I know a lot of people do and stuff. And then you would try to pull different things. What are those things that you would want to essentially, when you want to grow up to be Frank kind of thing, what would you want to be?
To pick one from Frank, I would say his happiness. He's always happy. He always brings energy into everybody, no matter like what he's going through. And I try to do the same thing back to him as well as he pours into us. So that's one aspect from Frank. From Rashad, I would say his mental toughness is pretty great. Okay. During like hard times when we're struggling and everything, he always pours into us, pours into his teammates. So he inspires me to do that as well. Considering like now I'm a leader, but even then he also pours into multiple other athletes and encourages other athletes as well.
Nice. Those are some freaking awesome things. I'm glad. I'm happy for you guys that you guys have them to kind of grow and emulate, and hopefully, like, dude, I see you grow in that, and you be the next one of them. But actually, we do have. Let's see, real quick. Got someone who's asking a question, but real quick. So, in the last year, what is the one thing that you have learned that you wish you knew? Like, I don't know, in the last kind of like 5 or 6.
For the 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, like so, like in this last year, what's one thing that you wish you would have known in high school?
I would learn how to run more routes. I would say mainly in high school, I ran a fade or post or a dig or sweat, which is obviously, I mean, the most common routes. But I would love to run, like out routes and everything like that. Get better at my footwork. If that makes sense.
Oh, makes perfect sense. All right. So I think we're waiting for somebody to ask a question here. So, you're talking about your mom. So I know it's you and you had your brother and your sister. So out of the three of you guys, like, who did your mom worry about the most? Who's your
Oh
mom? Who's
well,
your mom like always getting onto his stuff?
well, my brother's on my dad's side, so he lives with his mom.
Okay,
I live with my older
gotcha.
sister, mom's side. So who did she get mad at the most? I would say me.
Yeah,
She was more hard on me
nice.
because, like, I mean, well, I had my father in my life, so I was always with her.
Uh huh.
You know, so I would say me, and then she wouldn't even let me get a job in high school just to stay in sports. I mean, of course, I would want to, stay in sports, but I still wanted to make my own money at the same time. So, yeah, I would
Yeah.
say she was giving me the hardest.
Yeah, man. It sounds like she was an awesome influence, and still is.
Hard work.
But
That's what I tend to do.
for sure, for sure. All right, cool. So now we're getting some questions that are rolling in. So this one's from Rob, and he's asking you, how did moving into the race facility impact the team's performance both during training camp and throughout the season?
I would say it impacted us like let me see. It made us feel like we actually like did something, like we're part of history in a way.
Okay.
Because like I feel like not just by us, but like students in general, we're getting more students to come in and everything like that, having a better program. So moving into that, the transition with us as football players, it created more excitement. It made us want to grind harder to get more stuff, like new jerseys, like the gray jerseys that we got. I feel like that came with not just success but hard work from us. So it impacted us a lot, and we want to continue to keep doing that just so we can be congratulated and keep working hard to get more stuff. Absolutely.
Awesome, man. Alrighty. So another question. This one's from Chase.
Sure.
With you being a standout dual sport athlete, what event would you dominate in track in college?
You said what event?
Yeah.
I feel like I would dominate in long jump again. When I was in high school, I was second place behind Matthew Bowling, and then that was only after 1 year because I had stopped jumping my junior year, even though I jumped my sophomore year, and he's been training his whole life, and I had only like stopped for 1 year because I didn't know like how I would do, so I was kind of embarrassed at the same time, but then kind of like, do I really want to do this and everything like that? But seeing the results from when I did do it, I would actually love to go back and like jump track again. And I did ask Coach, but he was like, nah, because it's his last year, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want me to risk like my body in general. So yeah, it was a no good.
No, fair enough. All right, keep going on. Like, asking some more questions here. So, on the team, who would win in a dunk contest?
Me.
Fact. All right.
It would be either me and Isaiah Davis.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. So, all right. So, how bad would you beat them? I guess that's the real question.
How about when I beat him in a dunk contest?
Mm-hmm. I think we need to see this now. Like, y'all.
I would say it depends because we both have like different tricks up our sleeve. So whatever he pull out, I have to top it like immediately. So yeah, it would have to depend on what dunk he does. I would for sure make sure.
So
he goes.
all right. So what? Yeah. So what would be your finishing move? Like what are you going to do to end it and just call it quits right there? Like there's no way they can come back.
To call it quits. I'll probably jump over somebody. But not just like a regular like
nice.
over somebody. It'll have to be like them holding it through the legs, maybe.
Nice. All right. So keep moving on. So we're gonna one more question about leadership. So being part of the team, and obviously like Coach Trailer and stuff has a lot with y'all as the culture pillars, and then the triangle of toughness, and can y'all being a values-based organization and stuff. Like, what is probably like the one leadership lesson that you're going to take away from the current coaching staff, like kind of moving forward into your life?
I would say that anything can happen at any time, and it's just up to us to trust the process and be ready for it. Anything ahead.
Fair enough. I like that a lot. All right. And then kind of just a kind of piece out there. So what do you see kind of in general right now, like at the community, be that San Antonio, be that back in Fort Worth, like what do you see as probably like the biggest challenge in the community right now? And what would you, if you had the power of the day to change it, what would you do?
And you said the biggest problem that I have?
Yeah, biggest challenge.
Challenge.
Or just in general that you see that like our community has, like kind of in general, or society kind of thing. Like, what would you do to change that?
I would say with the LGBTQ organization, like just people judging people based off what they like and everything like that, or their gender. I feel like we just need to get better as a society and like just learn to accept it, like accept people for who they are and stop, perpetrating how people look, how their features are, and everything like that. Because you never know what a person's going through just by the words that you say or how you dictate their character or their gender.
Yeah. So. Respect. We all respect the hell out of that, man. That's kind of spot on. You've been watching like kind of the stuff, like all the protests and stuff at UNT right now.
I didn't get to watch it at UNT. I think I had a meeting. So
yeah. Well, you get a chance on Twitter. Like, there's a lot of I know there's a lot of kind of forward movement on that, and it's good to see people kind of circling around the LGBTQ community, and especially specifically the trans community, to help them and kind of raise them up, and it's great. I mean, I think, like you said, like the more that we can kind of do stuff like that to help those people, like help members of our community out and stuff, like the better. But all right, so kind of moving into some stuff. Let's talk a little bit of NIL. So what's your thoughts on NIL? So obviously like this has been a whole new thing, almost 9 months into the NIL space in the world. Like how has it impacted you and your teammates?
I think it benefited them well. I mean, I'm sure with Frank Harrison and Rashad and Sincere, like they've benefited, especially because like being in their hometown and the schools that they came from, like it's provided a bigger and higher standard, not for just them but other athletes to like. You see what they're doing, you can be the same way as long as you keep your grind on and everything like that. And you'll see the results like as you improve. Yeah.
So has it impacted you? Like, I mean, obviously you're working with us on this, but are there any other deals that you've had an opportunity to engage in yet?
Not necessarily just yet, but I'm getting started on some, I would say, especially in voting. I just recently talked about getting people to vote, when to vote.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, my God.
Yeah, so.
Brother, that's legit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man, that's awesome. So when would you start doing that? Like what's kind of the time frame on that, or can you talk about it?
I'm actually having a meeting with with them, I would say March 17th. So the week after we start spring ball and spring break.
Gotcha. Can you go into who it is? Like what company or like what organization you're doing it? Is it a nonprofit or?
It's not it's a nonprofit. It is a nonprofit.
Okay.
They're called the Radical Registers. They have an Instagram called Radical Registers. And they basically just promote like voting and impacting the way in our community votes and election education and voter guides, basically.
Nice. That's awesome. Congratulations on doing something with that. That's legit, man. That's really awesome. So I guess if you're kind of moving forward and looking for more NIL deals and stuff, like is that the space that you want to stay in, or like is it give me whatever you can give me, or are you specifically trying to work with like different organizations that kind of align with your values and stuff?
I would say I would like to explore, you can learn new things and everything like that and build upon that. So I wouldn't just want to like stay in one particular. I would like to explore a lot more.
Yeah. Okay. So Zone 6. So kind of talking on that. So I know we found y'all's Instagram maybe, I think middle of last week before last. I know that there's a spot on there for NIL deals and stuff for at least the contact. Are you guys looking like trying to do like group NIL stuff?
Yes, actually, we're trying to get think like multiple things for us to do as a group, as well as get individuals as well. So we're just creating a contact for people that want to serve us with NIL deals and help us help them.
Fair enough. All right. So obviously, Runners Rising, like what we're trying to do is we're trying to develop essentially the connections between y'all and the kind of the business community in San Antonio, especially like kind of the small businesses and stuff who they may not know what NIL is, or they may be on the fence about it. So I guess my question for you is, what would you say to a business interested or curious about NIL deals with UTSA student athletes?
You said, what would I say about them? Like with just the athletes?
Or like, what would you say to no, I guess what I mean is like, what would you say to these businesses, like the benefit that it gives you all? Like, so say like, hey, someone's got a real estate business, or maybe there's like a restaurant that's opening up, or like a running store or something. And they're looking to like, hey, we've heard about NIL, like how, like, but we don't know about it. Like just because they don't know what the impact is, because we're realizing that a lot of people don't know what it is.
I would say
because it's so new, right?
Yeah, I would say like I would talk to them and ask them like how their progress is and everything like that, and I would give them the benefit of like seeing what we're doing, like with the program, with just UTSA athletics in general, like saying like like we're programmed now. I would say like we're building up our foundation and want to help you basically form your foundation and build it up as well, along with the help of us, and we could both benefit on the church as well.
Yeah. Awesome, man. All right. I got another question for you. So that's another one from Chase. So I know we talked about that you're an introvert, but how do you see an introvert being a leader on the team?
Well, me as an introvert, I would see that I would have to get out of my comfort zone in a way. I would have to get out more. I feel that. I mean, like that's a non-negotiable. But I would have to get out more. Still buy into the things that the team does. If we have community service, I am more than willing to do that. I have no problem with doing community service. I always enjoy it, as well as the people that we do it for. So I would definitely have to come more out of my comfort zone, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. But even then too, right? Like, so I do a lot of stuff with leadership, and the one thing that what happens is I think people gravitate to like big personalities and stuff, and I think that's why, like, from like a sports perspective, like look at basketball for example, like everybody looks at, rest in peace Kobe Bryant or whatever, and that very extroverted, but then you have Tim Duncan and stuff, who was this very quiet, but was still like this great leader on the Spurs, right? But I think like like talking to you, it sounds like you, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like you do a lot of like lead by example, and just kind of you set the standard and the expectation for yourself, and by doing that and being the person out front, people will follow you. Is that correct? Think that's fair?
Yes, sir.
Nice, man. Nice. All right. So obviously we have the combine going on, but so where do you see like Tariq going in the draft? If you had to guess.
That's a great question. I would say like the top 1 out of 5, the rounds, 1 through 5, the rounds. I'm hoping he actually beat the record for the combine.
Yeah, man. If he does that, like I hope this city just turns electric if he does that. Man,
and it was crazy is we're actually from the same place, and I played in my high school and didn't even know him. It's just crazy.
No kidding.
Yeah, so like me coming here, I was like, wow, that's big bro. That's big bro right there. So I was like, do your thing, and he gonna give me some of his cleats Monday when he come back. So I'm pretty happy about that too. But other than
nice.
that, I heard that he clocked a 4.21 with hand time and a 4.22 laser. My thing is,
wow.
Nobody says I want him to beat that record and either hit a 4.2 flat if he can, or beat it. Like and I feel like he can. I feel like he has the athletic ability to do that. So I'm rooting for him all the way.
Yeah, we're definitely rooting for him, Spencer and Sincere in this. So like, if 3 of those, if they can get pulled up and then get as high as possible, like. But on Tariq though, like I think I was reading something like he was tracking on GPS somewhere close to like 25-30 miles an hour, which is nuts. It's incredible. Like it's absolutely beautiful.
And even when he was like injured, when he had to sit out, he was actually bringing up some of the fastest times during, like, not even during our workouts, but during I would say what is that? The training with the trainers and everything.
Yeah. Well, hey man, listen. I know I told you 45 minutes, and we actually went to 50 on there. But so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Is there anything that you wanna say, or anything to the listeners who are gonna be listening to this once we post it up online?
Not necessarily. I appreciate y'all for asking me questions, and appreciate you for the time and the deal. So I'm blessed, and hope y'all stay blessed.
Yeah, bless you too, man. DeCorian, JT, thank you so much for your time and doing this. We know you're busy. Hey, what's your Twitter and your Instagram so we can go find you?
My Instagram is The Real JT Clark. There's no spaces in between. My Twitter is JT Clark. The @ is DeCorian Clark 6. And those are both my socials.
Awesome. JT, hey man, again, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And then everybody, you can obviously follow him on those. We are at runners_rising on everything. So give us a follow, and then obviously keep on the lookout. JT, hopefully we're looking to see you have a huge year. Hopefully whether you decide to keep that 88 or I'm hoping you get one of the single digits. I think that you sound like someone who's a true leader, and we're super excited to see how everything goes spring ball and into this next year. So good luck to you. Stay safe, birds up, and we will talk to you later. Thank you very much.
Thank you.